Am I right that the Biden administration is leaning on the American people to forgive debt that foreign countries owe them while allowing China to skate?
Senator, I believe I understand your question and the significance of it. Nevertheless, I'm not in a position to answer it with specificity at this time.
You won't or you can't?
I am not able to answer with specifics on this question, but I would be more than happy to follow up with you with my colleagues.
In private?
Certainly, I'm sure that can be.
Don't you think the public needs to know this as well?
I appreciate the point, and I wouldn't dispute that either. Unfortunately, I'm not able to offer you answers to those questions.
Hey everyone. Today we're diving into a heated exchange between Senator John Kennedy and Treasury Secretary Rosenberg that's got everyone talking. Buckle up because this is going to be good. So let's get right into it. I've got a juicy political showdown for you today that exposes some serious double standards when it comes to international debt. We're talking about a recent Senate hearing where Senator Kennedy absolutely roasted Treasury Secretary Rosenberg on China's debt policies. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Here's the deal. Secretary Rosenberg starts off talking about how important it is to maintain a good relationship with China, especially when it comes to climate change and debt relief. Sounds nice, right? Well, Senator Kennedy wasn't buying it. He zeroes in on this debt relief thing and starts grilling Rosenberg about foreign countries owing money they can't pay back. Now this is where it gets interesting. Kennedy asks if some of this foreign debt is actually owed to American citizens and businesses. And guess what? Rosenberg starts squirming. She says she doesn't have specific responsibility over foreign debt matters. But hold up, didn't she just mention it in her opening statement? Kennedy's not letting her off the hook that easily. Here's where things get really spicy. Kennedy drops a bombshell, suggesting that the Biden administration is actually pressuring Americans to forgive debt owed by these foreign countries. But Rosenberg? She suddenly got amnesia. She keeps saying she can't provide specific information and needs to follow up later. It's like watching a political version of dodgeball. Alright folks, if you're loving this breakdown, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. You won't want to miss my future videos exposing political hypocrisy like this. Now, back to the drama. Kennedy brings up the Paris Club, which Rosenberg admits she knows about. Then he hits her with the big one. He claims China is refusing to forgive any debt, while the US is pushing its own citizens to do exactly that. Talk about a double standard. By this point, Kennedy's clearly fed up. Rosenberg keeps dodging his questions, saying it's not her area of expertise and offering to follow up later. But Kennedy's not having it. He wants answers now, and he wants the public to know what's going on.
Secretary Rosenberg, in your opening comments, you said it's important that we maintain a relationship with China so we can work together on I believe you said climate change and debt relief. I thought you might have also said to contain the threat of nuclear warfare, but that's just me. I want to ask you about the debt relief. Many foreign countries owe debt that they can't pay back. Do they not?
Yes, Senator, that's true. And if I may, with respect to nuclear proliferation and its
Yes,
risks,
ma'am, but I don't want to get off on nuclear proliferation because I'm going to run out of time. And some of those countries that owe money that they can't pay back owe that money to the American people, either individually or as businesses. Is that correct?
that I don't have particular responsibility over foreign debt matters, although I do.
Well, you mentioned it. Am I correct?
I did mention it, and I do believe you are correct. While I don't have specifics at my disposal.
I understand. And the Biden administration is leaning on these Americans to whom these foreign countries owe money to forgive that money. Is it not?
Senator, I would be happy to follow up with you further on that, if I may, with respect to
but
Chinese debt dependency.
If you could just answer my question first. The Biden administration is leaning on American individuals and businesses to forgive debt to foreign countries. Is it not?
I would have to follow up with you with further information, which
Is
I do
it
not.
not?
I unfortunately do not have an answer to that question at
Oh,
this
you
time.
know the answer. You mentioned it in your opening remarks. It is.
Unfortunately, Senator, I don't have an answer.
You know what the Paris Club is?
Senator, this is not my area of
Do
responsibility.
you know what the Paris Club is?
Yes, Senator.
Well, the Biden administration is leaning on American businesses and individuals to forgive debt that foreign countries owe them, but China's refusing. Is it not?
Senator, I would be very happy to follow up with you.
You don't want to talk about that?
Unfortunately, this is not my area of specific expertise.
Yes,
and
ma'am, but you're a smart person, and you mentioned it. I have a feeling you know about it.
Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to offer specific information at this time.
You won't or you can't?
I do not have at my disposal details of that you're looking for right now, though I would be very happy to follow
But
up with you
am I
with
right that
colleagues.
the Biden administration is leaning on the American people to forgive debt that foreign countries owe them while allowing China to skate?
Senator, I believe I understand your question and the significance of it. Nevertheless, I'm not in a position to answer it with specificity at this time.
You won't or you can't?
I am not able to answer with specifics on this question, but I would be more than happy to follow up with you with my colleagues.
In private?
Certainly, I'm sure that
Don't
can
you think
be.
the public needs to know this as well?
I appreciate the point, and I wouldn't dispute that either. Unfortunately, I'm not able to offer you answers.
So there you have it, folks. A classic case of political runaround with some serious questions left unanswered about our relationship with China and how we're handling international debt. What do you think? Is the Biden administration really pushing this double standard, or is there more to the story? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown of political shenanigans, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Until next time, stay informed and keep questioning everything.